Are we on the internet? Yes. We are on the internet. Good evening and welcome to Talks Machina. We are back. Did you miss me, Denise?
Yes, maybe. I don't know.
Well, either way, I am the host, Brian Wayne Foster. Thank you for joining us tonight. We will be discussing both episodes 85 and 86 of Critical Role.
Shame.
We'll also be giving out our fan art and Gift of the Week prizes and answering your questions with our guests Travis Willingham, Marisha Ray, Liam O'Brien, Sam Riegel, Laura Bailey, Taliesin Jaffe, and Matthew Mercer. All that and more tonight on Talks Machina. Hit him, Denise. Shay. And we're back. We're back.
It's amazing.
We're back.
The bad dad.
We're back.
Yeah, this feels right.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, my guests. Everybody except for Ashley. Yay! But yeah, miss you, Ashley. Miss you,
She's
Ashley.
watching right now, right? Is she?
She is watching. Yeah, she texted me when the drop cam was on and said #notice me. So I waved.
We love you.
Wow.
Wow.
Everybody looks so beautiful.
It's a colorful.
It's a colorful night on Talks Machina.
Jesus.
Okay, everyone stop looking at yourselves.
This is a very bright shirt.
The first rule of TV, right?
Yeah.
You had none.
This is the first time I'm wearing it.
Everyone else has.
A couple of quick announcements before we get started. Number one, happy birthday to one of our producers, Eddie. Hey, happy birthday, Eddie. Eddie is at Kirby.Matrix, and he told me on Twitter, so he told me before the show, he loves to read fanfic, so send it to him at Kirby.Matrix. Eddie loves fanfic. Up next, our friend, our lovely, lovely, lovely friend, Amandine, is leaving us. She's not dying, but she's doing something worse. She's going back to Switzerland.
Man.
Matt brought her out Thursday night, so we just want to say we love you, Amandine, and thank you so much for all the work you did. Amandine set all of our cameras. There she is. Get over here. I'm trying to find you. Hey, come out here. Thank you so much for all your help. Amandine has been with us since the beginning, and we love you. And I know you came out Thursday and said hi, but we love you. We're going to miss you.
I'm gonna miss you.
Please buy me a ticket to come visit you.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
You can visit. You'll pay for your ticket.
That's fine. I got that alpha money. A lot of people think that Amandine is Denise, but here, come into the frame a little bit
Yeah,
more.
you're a camera person.
But she's not Denise. She's not Denise. We can confirm that here and now.
Not Denise.
We've collected her blood. We are willing to send it to anyone who questions. But thank you so much, Amandine, for being a part of our show. We'll miss you. She's not gone forever, though. Hopefully, you'll come back to us, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That
do it.
means she wants more money. That means she wants more money. We love you. Thank you, Amandine. Thank you so much. Very, very, very hardworking people around here, and we really love them. And
I know this trick. She says she's leaving, but later tonight she'll be back as a different character.
I get it.
Shame. Yeah.
That would be the first original idea this show ever had, though. Up next is Wormwood. Our friends at Wormwood, we love them so much. Wormwood is actually going to be sponsoring our fan art giveaways again, which is awesome. Beginning tonight, we will give out a Wormwood gift for our Fan Art of the Week winner, and every week for the next 8 weeks, the prizes are going to keep ramping up.
Boom.
So we're going to start with the Dice Vault tonight, and then in 8 weeks, we will be giving away a complete Wormwood set. That's worth like $150,000.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, when you send in your fan art, keep in mind, as the prizes ramp up.
Are there winner's tax on that?
What?
Yeah, they have to pay
They have to pay winner's tax on
Yes, you have to pay
$150,000.
Winner's tax, yes. In California, I believe it's 43%.
Yeah.
But anyway, as the prizes ramp up, so will our expectations of the fan art. So you got to really, if you want the big expensive stuff, mail your checks to Sam Riegel
Yeah, yeah.
at the La Brea Agency.
Tarpits.
La Brea Tar Pit
Yeah.
Agency for acting.
Yeah. They seemed legit.
I mean, an agency that comes with a free tour of the tar pits.
Yeah.
Well, he's looked out to it, but it's hard to get away.
It's hard to get.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also hard to get work when you're hated by your coworkers. But anyway, we love you, Wormwood, and thank you for sponsoring our giveaway tonight. Also, if you notice next to me, we were lucky enough to get, and by we mean Matt, we're lucky enough to get one of these awesome GM screens from Wormwood. They have 2 days left on the Kickstarter. So if you guys want to donate and participate in the Kickstarter for this, go to wormwoodgaming.com, and there's a link on the front page to that Kickstarter. And they were nice enough to send a whole gift box for our home game, which was awesome.
That's rad.
I didn't give any of it to anybody. I sold it on eBay, but they were nice enough to. Okay, so episodes 85 and 86. We were off last week.
Yeah.
I don't know if we
Happy
were off.
Valentine's Day, by the way.
Valentine's Day. How was everyone's?
Good.
Yeah.
Sick.
Sick.
Oh,
Sick.
you were.
Yeah. But we watched Jurassic World
Yeah.
And
Good.
And what else?
and Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then a couple days later,
double.
Twilight. Yeah. I've been on a bad movie kick.
Wow.
It's been pretty.
I've been needing something to
That.
make myself feel better, so I watch other people's failures.
Marisha, you guys are welcome to come over anytime.
Good to know. Thank you.
You need another night to watch someone fail besides
Yeah.
Tuesdays? And we had
It's
fun.
really bad.
Twilight is really bad. Yeah. Spoiler alert, guys.
My agent packaged that movie.
Did they
Really?
really?
No.
Oh, they packaged it in.
Tar Pit Tally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tar Pit Tony
Yeah,
packaged
yeah.
that one.
Yep.
TT.
But hey, seriously, we have a lot to talk about, so let's
Yes,
get
questions.
going. None for Sam tonight. It's so weird. You didn't even have to.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to be here.
Come on, buddy.
Sure. That sounds fun.
First question is from Lottie Tops. Everyone except Sam/Matt. Are they the same person?
Maybe.
As players, what was going through your heads when Scanlan decided to leave in episode 85? Way, way back. Now, search the caverns of your brain to episode 85.
I just see color bars. Oh shit. No, I mean like.
Yeah,
No. But
that's because you're dressed like my
I'm
uncle
wearing
about.
I'm wearing my feelings. I'm wearing my feelings.
You look like what my uncle did 48 hours after he got divorced.
Yeah.
He went to a thrift store.
Yeah.
No,
This is what's going to pop up on our TV screens after the bomb drops.
Just listen.
I hope that pops up on my TV screen after the bomb drops. I hope it's yeah.
Working on
So,
it.
thoughts?
I didn't think he was gonna do it. I thought it was like, I didn't think that that's where it was really going. I thought he was screwing with us.
So no one knew but Matt ahead of time.
No,
No.
Right.
no. So I just thought like it was gonna go like super emotional, and then he was gonna go, just gonna, I'm staying, but you guys suck. And then it turned out that he didn't do that. And the whole time I was like, he's gonna turn around. He's gonna turn around. And then as soon as he's gone and he was still sitting there, I was like, no, that means Scanlan's gonna come back. And then, and then.
And we've been talking about for weeks, we've been saying like, it's such an interesting direction he's going in. I can't wait to
Yeah.
see what he does with it. Oh, he's going out the door.
yeah.
He was screwing with us because at break you were like, I just have so much more story to tell with Scanlan. You know, I'm just so glad I'm not dead and da da da.
Oh, you bet.
He really screwed with us.
Dude, you put it on.
grifter.
You put the stamp on.
Well, before the episode, Travis and I were eating pizza like we do every night together.
Sure.
And
That tracks.
Matt and you were standing there, and then Matt came over to you and was like, psst, psst, psst. And then you guys left, and I asked Travis, I was like, what do you think's going on? He goes, who gives a shit? And then halfway through the episode, at the break, I left because I'm like, this is a chill episode. I'm going to watch the rest from home. I had some work to do. And then I get home and turn on the thing, and there's some douchebag on the screen.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That happened.
Yeah, we can normally talk people out of like those choices, or at least that's like it's not a decided thing.
Yeah.
So half of it was just trying to figure out like, is he set in
Is
this,
this
or are
really
we supposed to like talk him back? But you weren't.
The challenge
This is the thing we got
keeping
to
Yeah.
him in the fold.
Yeah,
No,
we weren't talking you
I feel
back.
like after we started kind of looping around, we kind of started getting cyclical in our argument, and then I remember having that moment of like, oh shit, there's not,
he gone.
we're
He
not
gone.
talking him out of this.
gone.
There's no way.
dialogue tree to victory
There's
here.
this is it.
No,
and
it's
I remember
embedded.
that was when I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Man, it's embedded in there. We don't know how long. We're gonna get to the bottom of some of it. Here's one for Sam and Max, since you were left out of the other one. From Dr. Pox. How?
Same chicken.
Yes. How hard was keeping Tyrion a secret, and how satisfying was the reveal?
It was not hard to keep it a secret because honestly, I think I can reveal some secrets tonight. Tyrion was not supposed to appear in episode 85 at all. Midway through the show, Matt said, "Psst, he's going in tonight."
Why?
I don't know.
Because why not?
Because you were just too excited because you knew it was gonna be. You knew the reaction was gonna be holy fuck.
Well, honestly, because we had made the character in preparation for the episode.
And that's all we had done. Just we made the character. I hadn't done any sort of backstory for him or anything. I was not ready to go. Had not named his robot assistant.
Shit.
Until good old Matt Mercer said, "Yeah, your guy's up. He's on deck tonight."
Oh, snap. Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, man.
wow.
Straight to the wolves. I like it. No better way.
I can say that legitimately was probably a miscommunication, and I thought that was the intent. And
Because you had said to me initially, if Scanlan decides to walk off into the sunset, that'll happen. And then next week, when I find out where the rest of the party wants to go, we'll figure out how to bring your new guy in.
Oh, shit.
right, and then but
Next week.
I feel like. Okay, this is probably my bad then. I'm sorry.
I love that this is happening right now.
Well, no, because I thought it was when we figured out where they were going next.
Yeah.
To bring them in.
Yeah.
But they figured out where they're going next within the episode.
Yeah.
So it happened.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're making it up as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
Who would have thought?
So
I read the script.
So in a sense, it was very easy to keep that secret, that part of the secret, because I did not know that was happening.
Yeah. It was so solid. That's incredible.
But yeah, no, it was hard. We had to meet in secret and talk about it and stuff like that. Very clandestine.
Was the panic real? Was there a high amount of panic happening?
In terms of
You just
me?
going, yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Like I knew enough about the guy to start.
Yeah.
To start, but.
You shout out some gems though.
Yeah,
man.
You did for
It
being.
was only meant to be like a flavorful kind of tidbit intro just to end the episode on, because they had already kind of decided, all right, we're going to Ank'Harel, we're going to finish the third part of the quest. And I was like, of all the different avenues they're going, the Nine Hells, Whitestone, the Vesra, like there's going to be no other real place where an adventurer looking for adventure would come across their path. And
true.
so Ank'Harel was
yeah.
where they're going next, and I was like, this seems like the most viable option for them to actually run into him.
Wanders into Grun's fighting pit.
It's kind of like Tal'Dorei Dubai, kind of on a weird level.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, of course a rich,
this is where we're
rich
going.
jerk
We
would
go
end up
there.
there. Like,
Yeah.
all right.
Well, Sam, regarding episode 85, Jester Eric wants to know. We heard about how the cast feels, but how did everyone's tears taste?
They felt good.
Were they
felt
warm
right.
to the touch?
Yes. No, it was some really fine acting on the part of my castmates, and I enjoyed watching them. I did not do any of that to hurt you as people or as characters. I did not mean any sort of betrayal by it, guys. I love you. It just felt like the right thing to do, and the tasty way to do it.
Yeah.
It's like, that is almost verbatim an email I got a week after our breakup, by the way. Like, well done there. Like,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah. The first time Sam broke up with you?
No, I mean it was marvelous to watch them react because they're so good, all of them, and it was cool to see like different stages of grief and different kinds of reaction, and I didn't know how it was gonna go, and it went. It went great from my point of view.
Well, I think you got to see every single person go through all 5 stages of grief in about 45 seconds, trying to piece
was
together. Yeah, that was
People
fun.
got all quiet.
There was like a moment of silence for sure
Yeah.
that happened.
It was intense. I was tense the whole thing. I was watching it all in Vale going,
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a little residual anger. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm used to it. I'm usually always in that bullseye, so it's fine.
Yeah. It was puffy eyes for sure all day the next day.
Well, speaking of, for everybody but Sam, Miss Guinea in a bottle. I don't know. Don't look at it, Travis. Don't look at it. I said it right. For all except Sam, what has your grieving process for Scanlan been like over the last few weeks?
What our grieving process?
What has your grieving process for Scanlan been
lot of
like over the last
like
few
our
weeks?
personal or our characters?
Jesus
I
Christ.
know, gee, overcomplicate.
No, I just
Why
wanna
don't you give us
know.
both?
What has your grieving process for Scanlan been like over the last few weeks? So I'm guessing they're probably asking about you guys.
Yeah, there's no weeks for the characters. It's just a day
That's
or
true.
two.
Exactly.
That's true.
Too soon to process.
Now let's not metagame, Liam.
Don't say the N word.
I do miss the influx
gonna be
of
the tattoo.
songs that regularly comes into the episodes. I miss the jams.
Yeah.
The smooth jams.
The singing is gonna. I was so impressed with the changeover though that it's like just as a person, I mean like Percy's a mess, but oh my God, dude! And you prove that we can bring in a new character and it works. I'm like blown away.
I don't know if I trust him. I don't believe him. I still don't believe him.
So far, I'm feeling it. I'm enjoying it.
Oh, it's enjoyable, but I'm thinking of every game we had at home with Scan the Man, putting his finger in front of his face,
Burt
and
Reynolds.
Yeah,
Reynolds.
calling us the shits, and all the things that happen. We have so much history. I don't feel like I've seen or gotten enough Scanlan.
Yeah, I had one sad moment where I was putting away my D12 because I don't use D12s for anything else except inspiration.
Oh man.
And after I was like, well, I don't need this anymore.
Oh, this is bumming me the fuck out.
This is just awful. The worst.
And I mean, this whole game, this whole show, all of this started from you and I sitting in your stupid little velvet booth, me trying to explain what D&D was to you and telling you, you said, what's the worst? And we accidentally made the best. And now he's hit the road.
Yeah, and now you made the actual worst.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know better.
For sure.
you know better now.
Terrible.
5 years later, yeah.
Yeah, human.
Yeah, human shithead, yeah.
Human shithead.
Next time you come on the show, will you bring your little red velvet booth with you?
Sure.
Up next is Super Meow.
Meow, meow, meow.
Vex Laura appears to very wary of trust issues after Scanlan's outburst.
Yeah.
How else has his departure affected her? Now this question, because it started with Vex, means it's for your character.
Yeah, hey.
I'm getting slapped so hard.
I can't read it because I wasn't really listening. There it
Vex
is.
appears very wary of trust issues after Scanlan's outburst. How else has his departure affected her? Is this a permanent change to your wardrobe?
I
now?
know, because I definitely made sure to take off the hat when I took into the air.
Did you? It's
I
like
didn't even
you were
catch
like,
that.
fuck
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I said it. I was like, I take the hat off.
Promises.
Vex has a
Promise is
grudge.
broken. Promise is broken on many fronts. And she also found out that he has been using drugs for how long, I don't know. So yeah, you know, Scanlan has always been, I thought Vex felt like, you know, he got her and she got him in a way that maybe nobody else did, because they both kind of put up these fronts. So finding out that all of that was potentially a lie is really hard for her. Oh my God, am I gonna cry? That's so dumb. No, but it's like, it's really upsetting.
It's not dumb. Tumblr loves it. Hey, Liam. Passionate. Passionate. Passionate.
I see.
Passionate wants to know, Liam, what was going through your mind when you were hugging Sam?
Oh man, everything I just described. The history. He's my favorite man. I was thinking about his warm body pressed to mine.
Speaking of Tumblr.
I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know if you're off on sabbatical and are going to come back, or if that's the last of Scanlan. None of us know. I hope he's going to come back because he's my favorite.
Yeah.
He's my favorite. And also, like, this isn't answering that question, but you know, Vax was like in a nosedive for so long, and a lot of people tried to pull him out of it. Like this one tried really hard and was never really exactly what he needed to hear. And Scanlan told him what he needed to hear, and it sunk in over time. And then I was like, good, I got it. I'm back. Where you going, man? Where you going?
Yeah.
Just like he is with friendships
No,
in
it's
real
super
life.
sad. It's
Yeah,
super
we're not
sad.
friends in real life anymore either, so it's fine.
I thought that was weird. I
Throw
thought
him
that
in
was
the deep end.
excellent commitment to the character, though, to straight up send that text to everyone and be like, guys, this also means we're not hanging out anymore. I'm moving to Pasadena.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate you all.
I'm Pasadena guy now, I think is
Yeah.
what the text said.
Yep. Guys, lose this number.
Yeah.
It was great. It was, I mean, like immediately after, you know, the show ended, you know, Sam got up and hugged everybody, and I mean, it was like,
Marisha threw a tantrum.
yeah, we threw little tantrums, but I mean, it's a character thing. It's definitely
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I don't hate
loved it.
Sam.
I was so.
I hope
I don't.
not.
I don't feel betrayed
so
by Sam.
impressed.
Well, a little bit.
Just a smidge,
A little bit.
We were
Yeah.
but less
pouty.
so.
Laura and I were pouty.
Super pouty.
I felt shitty to do that, but how sir, are we gonna do these things,
No,
right?
it's great.
No, it was amazing.
It was
Yeah.
a great.
I loved it.
You deeply affected me.
Well, there was.
I went home and was like angry. I was like, that fucking God. I mean, Scanlan, why didn't he ever communicate his problems with us? Jeez, what's wrong with you, Scanlan? I was getting like butthurt over an actual. Yeah.
There was actually
Yeah.
there was an incredible write-up somebody did on the Reddit about kind of the idea of like the manic depressive
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and like
I saw that.
the whole journey that Scanlan took, and like examples of great people like Robin Williams who put on this this exterior of joy and laughter and not really people being able to pierce beyond that to see like the really dark, hard emotions beneath. And it was just a wonderful write-up, and I remember thinking you responded to it, and it hit on a lot of really interesting notes that kind of fleshed out that thought process and what brought Scanlan to that decision. And it's
Yeah.
fascinating and real.
Yeah, that post in particular was, it kind of hit the nail on the head. I mean, I think all of us, me included, all try to make honest decisions for our characters and try to make like real choices that they would make. And just I had some time off being dead and stuff, and so I just had a lot of time to think. And I was like, okay, so when Scanlan wakes up, how would he feel? And I was like, oh, probably not good. Not good. Shame and embarrassed and betrayal, and he was dressed up in pudding robes and like all kinds of stuff. And then I just kind of followed that train of thought to like, well, then why would he keep hanging out with these people? And I couldn't really justify I couldn't really justify it.
Yeah.
And from like a character point of view, it was like, no, he would want to take a little break or go do his own thing for a while. And then from a actor standpoint, I would find it incredibly difficult to like legitimately say, oh man, Scanlan's feeling really shitty about all of you, about himself, about anything. But let's go try to rescue somebody in another town. Like it would be such a false thing that I would be doing every week. And so I called Matt and asked him if this would be an okay time to have a character take a break, perhaps, like timeline-wise. And he was like, "Yeah, man, if this is what your guy wants to do, we can talk about it." And
Yeah, you talked a little bit about backup character anyway, just in case the resurrection ritual didn't work.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was like the next natural transition to it. And I was fascinated by it because it wasn't what I was expecting either, but it made total sense when you told me. And I was like, okay, no, this is all right. Let's do this. This will be real interesting.
yeah,
And it has been.
yeah.
The audience got to see us. I mean, we were right in the blast radius, so we were just reacting. But I mean, all of us with a little space from it. It was brilliant.
Oh, it was amazing.
It was brilliant.
I will tell this if I can reveal more secrets. And not just because I don't want her to hate me anymore, but some of the things that Vex said to Scanlan changed changed his plan. My initial intent was to leave leave solo, alone. And you guys all convinced me to stay with Kaylee.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh man, that's
I think you
great.
misunderstood. We just want you to.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, I did think it was shitty that you gave me shit for bringing her and then you left with her. I was like, you fucking dick.
Well,
But-
that was just
No,
me
but I
being
mean-
manipulative and
Yeah,
cruel.
no, it was cruel. Rather.
Yeah. Let's.
It's like a good bard.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk a little bit about the new guy,
Okay.
but first a question from our squeeze.
Every time.
Now, here's what's
Welcome,
interesting
everyone.
about this. Here's what's interesting, besides the fact that Arsqueef sends in the best questions. Here's what's interesting about this question. Arsqueef put one of those things in where they stick out the letters so that you can see it spells something, you know? They stick out like little letters here and there. And this question spells free Denise.
The question has a code in
Oh,
it.
I see. It
You can see it there on the
does.
screen.
Given the fact.
I love you, Arsqueef. Not a chance.
Oh, that's good.
Given the fact
That's good.
Given the fact people have preyed on VM's soft side before, how trusting are you all of Terry's sob story? Do you believe it was a genuine confession or something more sinister?
Don't know, don't care. On guard. No, I mean not the question. I mean,
I know, I mean,
he's lovable in a I fell on my face kind of way at the moment, but I don't think any of us are really have our guard down anymore. We're all, as we saw with the with the box, right? When we shook it and kicked it and tried on sides. We're all highly paranoid now.
Also, Percy's in. He's in the mood for distraction. He's just like, I don't want to think about it. He's definitely doing the like, nope. Yes, this is somebody I can talk to. Yes, thank
Yeah,
God.
my guard's down too, because we beat him up, and he turned out to be a big wuss. So I feel like Grog is like, I know who he is. We're good. I've done all the inside checking that's needed.
No, it's a valid point because especially the warrior mentality that Grog was raised in, the idea that the true essence of a person is only really unveiled, you know, in the heat of combat or in the
Right.
face of defeat,
Right.
and you unveiled him to be a complete pansy.
And the warrior handshake. I know who he is now. I don't know if that's real.
I'm excited for Nerd Buddy. I'm very excited for Nerd. You've already texted. I haven't texted back yet.
No, it's exciting to have a nerd friend to geek out with.
I don't know whose idea was it to give him the combat charge.
This guy.
There we go. That's what I thought.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone who's throwing pitchforks through my window.
Oh, really?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, no,
yeah.
it was all me.
He
Yeah.
tapped me on the shoulder and was like, I'm taking the robot, you get Sam. And
Yep.
I said, yes, I will facilitate your fun. Let's do this.
Yeah, I said, follow Molly was the fastest way to figure out what he was going to do. Because if we get in a real scrap, and he wusses out when it's really important, that might kill one of my friends, and then I might have to tear you limb from limb like a fucking Wookiee.
Might have to tear you limb from limb.
Yeah, no, I've gotten like some tweets and stuff like, weren't you upset that they attacked you and stuff? Not at all. Totally reasonable.
Hazing ritual, jumping in.
Not
there's
even hazing.
tons
it's a
of-
test.
No, it's not, I don't think it was hazing. I don't feel like
It's- I
it
don't
was
think it was
hazing. It was like
hazing
an
at all.
audition.
Yeah.
it's like jumping in. Yeah, like an audition.
Yeah,
you know?
because
This now in a controlled environment.
We did this to Jarrett.
We did
Yeah.
do this to Jarrett.
it was just
Yeah.
before the stream, so nobody saw it. We've
done this to a few
We
people.
brought in all of our guards in our keep and just started attacking them the minute they came in the keep, and we just like laid into them to see who would react well and who could stand up for themselves. And we didn't kill anyone, obviously, but
I turned into.
we hired the ones that were badass.
Earth Elemental.
No, I turned. That was the
course.
first time I turned into a giant scorpion.
Yes.
And just like as an intimidation tactic to see how they. So I did that, and then I think like 3 of them fled immediately
yeah.
because
Yeah.
they failed their.
That's
they
our
freaked out and
ideology.
ran.
I mean, to quote the great American folk movie, The Matrix Reloaded, you do not truly know someone until you fight them.
Dude, I remember in that moment, I shot an arrow at Jarrett, and he like just backed out of the way and like looked up at me and made eye contact, and it was like,
That guy
nodded
stayed.
head, and I was like, that guy's in, he's awesome.
And he is.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you just say the Matrix trilogy? Not named the shittiest one.
Specific.
Well, let's give away some free shit real fast.
Yes.
Each week, you critters capture moments from the show and make hilarious and/or awesome gifts. We like to feature some of them for our GIF of the week. Okay, since we were off last week, this week we have 2 episodes worth of gifts.
Oh, yes.
And 2 winners. The first is from episode 85, and it is by Daniel, aka Dash Gamers on Twitter. And it's one of my favorites. Let's take a look, Denise.
I compare powers to many people, for instance.
You. Oh, my God. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Once is enough, Denise. Yeah, there we go. Wow. Okay. Okay, the second, that was great.
Really good.
The second is from episode 86, and it is by Tyler Boyce, aka T-Boyce14 on Twitter. Oh, he's 14 years old. How sweet. Let's take a look, Denise.
I was born in 2014.
You feel like that was so great. That was so great. Nicely done.
We all looked adequately wrecked too,
know,
because we'd just been sobbing because of Scanlan.
That was great. Thank you for sending those in, Daniel and Tyler. For that, you will be winning a set of Critical Role goodies inside of a mug.
Nice job.
We got patches, we got pins, we got gift certificates from Sam to Joe's Crab Shack.
It's a crab boil.
It's a crab boil?
Yeah.
All right, thanks to everyone for submitting. Make sure to send those in. Found my cards again. Up next is Sam.
Great.
What was the inspiration for Tyrion Arion?
Oh dear. What was the inspiration?
Yeah, was it always meant to be the Percy from an alternate universe where vampires and shadow demons didn't screw his life up?
I mean, the inspiration was, well, when I talked to Matt, he said, do you have any other characters you've been thinking about? And I said, yeah, I have 2. And I started to tell him one, and he was like, that's the guy, stop there. So
Really?
he never got to hear number 2. But it was inspired by Richard Branson.
Yes. The famed
Yeah.
billionaire owner of Virgins.
Playboy adventurer.
Virgin America?
Yeah, Virgin whatever.
Virgin Australia?
He owns some virgins, sure.
Virgin Islands?
Yeah.
All Richards.
Richard Branson, a little Tony Stark thrown in there. The pitch to Matt was, I want to be a guy with no skill at all, who has bought everything he can do. If he has a problem, he just throws money at it, and he wants to be a brave, daring adventurer, but he has no skill to back it up. And Matt was like, "Oh, I know the class for this instantly."
Oh, really? So that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think what could possibly be a good class that could back up that theme, and I thought about it. They just released the Artificer on the Unearthed Arcana, and I was like, that works because it's a magical item-based class, and I can imagine while Tyrion is level 13.
Tyrion.
I know.
I call him Tyrion.
As Tyrion is level 13, the way I thought about it was, in theory, without any of his equipment, he'd be like level 2. But with all of his equipment and his items and everything, that is what brings him on par to a level 13 character. And if all the equipment were stripped away, he would be nothing.
Naked man.
So from a narrative standpoint, all the abilities, the hit points, the capability, like the damage he deals, that's all purely based on the shit that he's acquired and equipped to himself, or built in his own right. So
All you had to say to him to describe Terry, though, on that phone call would have been, so picture a guy who bleaches his goatee.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Taliesin,
Yeah.
Kiwi
Huey.
wants to know.
Yes.
As soon as Percy realized that Terry needed magic to make his toys rather than strict technology, he seemed to feel a lot better about himself. But now that Terry and Percy are getting along and possibly collaborating, do you think that over time this question will end? Sorry, do you think that over time,
Was this from Twitter? Because this seems really long.
yeah, do you think over time Terry might change Percy's mind about mixing science and magic?
I'm kind of curious. It definitely made him feel better to be like, okay, you're not a threat to me
smarter than
anymore.
me.
You're not necessary. Or it's not even smarter. It's a different kind of smart. Smart people get that there's a different kind of smart, and he's a different kind of smart, and We can do a Bruce Banner, Tony Stark kind of thing. So
I like it.
yeah, yeah.
You just didn't want him on
Science
your
Bros.
turf.
Send your fanfic to
Science Bros.
@kirby.matrix. Bruce Banner and Tony.
I'm kind of curious, like the whole notion of like getting comfortable with somebody who's trying to like kind of create a science out of magic is interesting. I'm into it.
Interesting.
I'm
It's a
interested too.
scientific take
I don't
on
really
magic.
know what
like-
Percy does. I don't tinker in my life, so this is fascinating to me.
I'll send you some YouTube videos.
Okay, because in real life, you know some of this shit you talk about, Talus.
like that much.
What I was talking about last game about where I described some simple machines, that's the extent of my engineering knowledge.
Those weren't even machine. Those were like basic physics questions from a 4th grade textbook.
Yeah.
Like
Levers, pulleys, and planes.
Yeah, those are called
which
simple
is
machines.
great. That's 4th grade
Simple
physics.
Simple machines.
It was so condescending.
How many joules of energy? Yeah, I was enjoying every moment of that.
I hope he keeps a cheat sheet inside of his blouse.
Sure. It is a blouse.
Yeah. Marisha,
Oh, yeah.
Trogoff wants to know.
Drogoff.
Trogoff. Does Keyleth have a separate leveling system you use that's tied to her aramente?
Oh. Not like a technical one. I kind of slightly RP it though, where I've always kind of leaned towards the elemental spells that she's already completed in her aramente. So that's why you don't really see her do her water elemental form very often. She only did it the once and she was kind of like shaky on it because kind of RPing that she's still learning as she goes. So that's why, and then after I did like the trip to the Fire Ashari, I started leaning towards fire spells a little bit more. So I try and like RP sticking to things in her wheelhouse, but not like a technical leveling system really.
Right, yeah.
More of an emotional one.
Just yeah.
Laura.
Yes.
I said Laura by accident.
Yes.
It's another character.
Yes. Laura, a person on the internet wants to know. I'm not doing this one. Was Vex just going along? Wait, dead in me.
I think that's okay. I think that's okay.
Thrinchi?
Datinshi.
That Thrinchi wants to know, for Laura, was Vex just going along with Scanlan's usual boast? Scanlan. Or does she really think of Scanlan as Vox Machina's leader?
I think she thought of him as like the dad. So yeah, he was the one that you went to if you didn't know what else to do. And I yeah. So yeah, for all the times that she gave him shit, I think she really does view him as their leader. And I think, you know, we all played into that in the last, like lately. Scanlan's always been the one that would step up and kind of.
Oh yeah, what's his mom's name? What's his mom's name? What's his mom's
If you
name?
didn't have a piece of paper, you wouldn't fucking know anything about our moms. So don't even. But I don't know. I still don't remember it. You said it yelling, and I don't remember it now. Juniper. That's right, because it's such a good name.
Couple of things real fast. Travis, I forgot you were here. Secondly, when Laura said that about Scanlan being sort of everyone's dad, you were like, it seemed like it shocked you that she said that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel that way. I don't go to
I feel that way.
Okay, how do you guys feel then?
I don't go to the whoring houses with my dad. I go with my buddy. So
I guess that's true.
Yeah, my dad doesn't hit on me all the time.
Oh, this fell apart so fast, Laura, for you. This fell apart. Ooh, this is a house of cards.
It never even felt like.
Shit on my bed.
But it never felt like Scanlan's like hitting, except for Pike. Scanlan's hitting on anybody was like really hitting on anybody. I feel like if. I feel like okay, but I'm being honest.
Scanlan and Vex had a little special relationship.
They had a special
we
relationship.
were a little bit closer
Yeah.
and a little bit realer.
Yeah, that's true.
I always thought of us like the Justice League. There's not necessarily like there's a Superman and Batman who take over a lot, but like everybody, depending on where we are, it's whoever's gonna like. I'll be the one talking for the next hour. Yeah.
with that.
I felt like we really had a rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Scanlan was always dependable.
Scanlan was Plastic Man.
We
some of us
each
will
lead
go
when
for
we. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
I was
You
just saying
you
we
take
each
it.
lead when we need to, but
And
Scanlan
Ken-
was always like the default leader when
Point
we
man.
the point man.
The point
I
man.
think
Yeah.
of him like
He was like the talker.
he's like face on A-Team.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Which is why Vax would always like boot him forward to talk because you're obviously the best shit talker in the group. You can get us through anything.
Word.
I love it when a Sam comes together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a t-shirt
Maybe
right
not
there.
leader,
is.
but talker.
It's,
mean, it's a
leader's a
nice
hard
sentiment, yeah.
word. Leader's not really the right
It's
word.
the wrong word.
It's just the only
I think
word.
we see a lot of questions about, we get a lot of questions about, is there a leader? Should there be a leader? Blah, blah, blah. I think it should be decided on the first person who can open a fucking door gets to be the leader of Vox Machina forever.
Oh, it's
First person to defeat a door
There you go.
should be the leader forever.
That's a great idea.
Liam, question for you.
Is Travis
From-
still here?
Strawberry Lines. Have you
Strawberry
seen- Strawberry Lines.
limes. That sounds good.
How has Vax progressed and not in your eyes? People watching may see it differently.
Oh, okay. That's loaded. I mean, I think
Fire away.
He was just. I mean, he was a total fuck up for a long time. I mean, he still is, but I mean, he didn't have any purpose. He was in it. I mean, obviously, his sister was important to him, but everything was just for kind of for a laugh. And that clearly got all flipped on its fucking head. So, I mean, he's still brash. He's still thick, oftentimes. But there's no question that he's had purpose. I mean, Vax, all of us really, but Vax is way deeper than he was.
I was trying to stay on the shot. And
What
then
is going on? You can sit up, dude. It's fine. Everybody is way deeper than we were at home, and it felt like we were really deep. But you know, you play every week for 3 or 4 hours, and it just gets late. You guys can come on in close. Come on in close.
Yeah. Talk about your feelings.
Do you remember what you said right before the Chroma Conclave started? Do you remember that you were
Yeah,
the one who
of
kind of
course.
like dropped the irony bomb?
Of course.
Oh, God.
Of course I do.
Oh, the I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
No,
that one.
what's our
Oh, what's our
point?
purpose?
I don't know
Right,
why
yeah.
we're together
That's right.
anymore.
You did the yeah.
That's right.
And then you're
Godzilla.
of lore. You were thinking, just give me 30 minutes.
Yeah, the whole episode, I was like, oh man. This is the most ironic conversation to be happening right before the dragons attack him on. Oh man.
Now it's kind of an interesting time now though because the epic mountain has been climbed. We got rid of the conclave. We're gonna pick up some bits and pieces. I mean, I know you've got plans, but we don't know any of that shit.
Yeah.
So it's time to retire or relax or go.
Open up a blog.
Yeah, start vlogging. I know that Vax is waiting. He thinks that another shoe is going to drop at some point from the Raven Queen, but he's not rushing towards that because everything was so fucking hard getting there. He wants a little private time, and I've dropped hints every once in a while where I'll be like, and Vax sort of talks to her or prays because I mean it's a weird thing, being fate touched in a game of chance and totally random fucking bullshit. Like, how do you improvise? I'm walking towards my destiny when everything is, relying on dice and us fucking around and making each other laugh.
You've like kept that really close to your chest too. You don't really talk about it. Have you ever really told Keyleth? Have you talked about it? Have we talked about it?
Yeah, I imagine that
We've
they
talked
have
about
talked.
it.
Yeah, we don't RP every single thing, guys. But a few times I feel like I've said that I've prayed to say, like, if Matt wants to put anything out there, he will now. Nope, okay, well, I'll wait till later. I don't know. Because from my point of view, I'm not a cleric. I didn't, study and pray and train for this moment. I fucking walked in and got hit in the face with a rake.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for instructions or anything, and I know that she's giving me strength and power, and I'm using that, and that's awesome, but I don't know what her purpose is. I know that she's not evil incarnate at this point, but that doesn't really clear things up for me.
It's for me at least, the way I consider it from her perspective is she set you on a path, she gave you the tools, she outlined the direction she would like to see you take, which is what she believes the destiny is. And until that path needs to be corrected, just leave you to keep walking.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it's and it's true. You have a divine connection with her, but it's not a clerical level of like a life of long, servitude and perpetual, conversation. I guess you could say from a prayer standpoint. This is all still very new to you. And the Raven Queen's ways are mysterious. So yeah, she touched on you. She let you go the path, and now that you've fate touched on you.
Yeah, she did. I mean, it's a weird spot though because I have zero training, right? I've just been a dumb fuck. Still, I'm a dumb fuck.
Yeah.
But she's also said, "You're my." It's not just one
You're
of
my dumb
500
fuck.
clerics. I'm her champion. I'm her guy. So I don't know. I have no idea.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like Gothi Dalai Lama.
not saying
Gothi
anything.
Lama.
God.
Gothi
Gothi
Lama.
Lama, sorry.
She
I'm
lied
so
to you.
sorry.
She gives everybody
proud of that.
wings.
Yeah, it's true.
There's just a bunch of people flying around and saying, I'm the champion! Like
I'm the
fucking people
champion.
flying around Vasselheim.
Also,
Oh, are
people.
you here for the champions meeting? It's 5 o'clock.
Also, people have joked to me online, like, "Oh, he's such an idiot. She must be like face palming." She can see the future, man. She chose this. She wanted this fucking idiot.
You kind of have to be an idiot to be a hero.
sees
Good on your
multiple-
fate.
Yeah, you do.
Idiocy in that.
It's true.
Whatever you think that may
Yeah,
mean.
none of it's
a lot
a
of bad
surprise.
decisions.
Oh, there he
She
goes.
can see.
Bad decisions are
Well,
necessary.
Face planting into
exactly
shit.
what they
I'm still here, guys.
right?
Sam and I are still here.
Brian wants
Grab
to
the
say
reins.
something, guys.
Do it.
God.
We have to give away some more free shit. In addition to our gift of the week, you, the fans, send in incredible fan art from moments during Critical Role. We like to reward you for those as well. It's time for our fan art of the week, Denise.
Give me that art.
This week, we also have 2 winners for fan art. The first is from Sedona Parnham, and it features you, Matt, with some very special friends. Let's take a look, Denise.
Like a piece of
I love that piece so much.
murdered all of them.
That's kind of a nice little send-off for the Chroma Conclave.
Like the little white dragon.
Yeah, I love
I like how proud Brimside was.
Sick Sean. Congrats, Sedona.
Thank you for submitting, Sedona, and you will be receiving a monster manual signed by the cast of Critical Role.
That's
We don't have that
awesome.
camera anymore? There it is.
Yeah, look at that.
Thank you, Sedona. It's my wallpaper on my phone.
It's Matt's wallpaper on his phone.
Love
Isn't that?
Bebes.
it. You give that back.
Okay, up next is our week 1 Wormwood giveaway, and it is this. What's the name of it, Eddie? Bloodwood. Bloodwood.
Wow.
That's cool looking.
Dice vaults. These are awesome because it's magnetic.
Next on C-SPAN.
Thus ended our Wormwood sponsorship. Up next is art from Anna Janisiewska.
Janisviska.
I'm so sorry, Anna, aka Dear Hadrian, and it's quite magnificent. Let's take a look, Denise.
Oh, damn!
That's like some love and rocket shit. That's
What's up, pouty lips?
So
What's
wicked.
up? I know, right? The color scheme is all wickedy.
That's fantastic.
Much witch.
I know, that came up, and then I was so sad that I had specifically said I took off the hat, because I was like, oh, but she looks so cool with the hat.
It's pretty dope. And the
dope.
thing
Did
around
you
her.
throw the hat away?
No, it was just in my bag.
Burn that
it.
shit, you damn traitor.
Thank you to everyone.
I don't need your hand out.
Dad is not a
My dad is not a broom. Thank you to everyone for submitting. Congrats.
See it?
Oh man.
You cannot.
I'm not going to steal it. I just want to touch
I just want to interrupt. Thanks to everyone for submitting. Congrats to our winners. Remember to email your fan art to toxmachina@gmail.com anytime before Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific time to be entered into our weekly contest. Moving on.
Yes, yes.
Travis.
Hi.
Sean Fuller wants to know if Grog is capable of defeating Groon mano a mano now. How well would he do against Kevdak alone?
Oh. Well, let's just be clear. Grog could not take Groon one-on-one at like Groon's best, right? There was still like schooling and lessons happening and, you know, not total trying to kill me in one quivering palm hit. If it was just Kevdak versus Grog, I think he would probably do pretty well. The totem of the bear thing was a problem for Grog, though.
Yeah.
Because he absorbs all. He has what, a half damage to everything except psychic damage.
Yep.
So that was a big problem. But he had the knuckles back then. Grog didn't. He had the blood axe. Grog didn't. If it was just mono and mono, I think he would do pretty well. I don't know. It might be close. I'm not sure.
Well, one of our GIF of the Week winners had a follow-up to that. T-Boyce 14.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Tyler.
He was
He's-
born in 2014.
He was born in 2014. Yeah. He caught up on the show really fast. Yeah. Travis, be honest. How much did it feel like Rocky 2 when Grog beat Earthbreaker Grimm?
It was pretty great. It was pretty great.
It was so great.
The sky like turned into clouds, and then like these lightning bolts exalted my vestiges. It's amazing. So I didn't even like have time to celebrate. I was just so impressed with myself.
Your tit just wiggled.
Please keep.
Oh no! Oh no!
Supposed to keep your next character secret, Travis.
Yes.
Please.
Sorry, I'm the DL.
Matt, Buckeye 70 wants to
Buckeye
know.
70, what you got?
This is really interesting. Bear with me. I'm going to read this fast, but it's interesting. In episode 85,
Yes.
from the moment at, and then he puts in these time codes, basically, when Percy launches into his rank against Scanlan and then storms out,
Whoa.
and you ask, you leave the room, question. You don't utter a word. Have you ever gone that long, almost 18 minutes, without speaking in a game before? How awesome was it watching the players carry the story without you?
I mean, it's a gift to people who run games when those moments happen. I will fight you. No, it's, you know, as a game master, when you can craft a narrative that the players then pick up and run with to that extent, and scenes that are that charged, it was incredible. And I loved it because for me, it allowed me for that moment to kind of be the audience for him, you know. I was still being conscious of everything, especially since Kaylee, technically, though she left the room, was just outside the door and hearing the entire thing. So I was being very conscious of everything and her reaction to it, which basically led to her walking in, taking the stuff and saying, "Are we going?" But no, the few moments that happens in our game, that to me that's the reward for all the hard work. Watching these guys do such an amazing job and running with these small little threads that I just kind of made up in my head and go play with them, and they do an amazing
Do you
job.
ever get distracted by it and then go, oh shit, I have to do something? They're not that good actors.
I'm sure I would. If I also wasn't aware of the cameras and then like the awkward hanging on me as everyone turns to my head and I go, wait, what? And then Matt gets freeze framed and gets gift on Tumblr for the next 4 weeks, and he gets a T-shirt with my face on it, and it doesn't escape me for the rest of my life. So yeah.
I wouldn't call that bitter, but it's getting close. Marisha,
Yeah.
the swordsman wants to know.
Oh,
This
these.
is the swordsman.
Not just any swords.
It's been discussed a bit, but with the level 9 spells coming up, have you / Keyleth thought about the potential of true resurrection to bring people back? Dead parents, dead old ladies, dead tiny children.
Aw.
They have you dead tiny children.
The name of Talison's memoir.
Yeah.
You had me at dead tiny children.
Is that something that we do in our game?
It would be very difficult. It wouldn't just be magical. Oh, we want our dog back that died 10 years ago. It would, right? That's kind of what you said.
I mean, there's an interesting disconnect between the mechanics of a game and the realistic narrative and the thread of the world's narrative. True Resurrection, how about big fucking expensive every time you cast it?
How expensive?
We got it.
It's like 25K.
We got it.
Okay.
But consider I know, she's like, whatever.
She's like, babe.
But consider the fact, the ramifications of such a power in a world
Can I write
where
a
you can
check
do
for
that. I think you used that once.
Yeah.
I feel that it still needs to have some sort of a real serious impact. Like, it's not just, oh, we have a spell that can bring anybody back to life ever. There needs to be, for instance, in the threads of fate, a reason, a necessary, very important purpose for that person that never got completed. I feel like there has to be something beyond just I cast a spell on this person who's been dead for forever, came back to life. Yay! Because then it does bring back the idea of what is mortality then. if you have that power, are you now also a god? You know,
Yeah.
it's
That's tricky, yeah.
I would think that spell, and I try and make sure now that we're getting into the 9th level spells, that those spells are considered with the reverie, respect, and difficulty that is supposed to come along with that. So I don't think it's something you can willy-nilly just start bringing people back. And not all souls, I believe, could probably come back with the spell. It would have to be a strong enough soul with enough of a destiny thread to where their return should happen.
Yeah, and makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, I don't know, kind of like what I was going off earlier, like, there are certain spells that I just don't really mess with as Keyleth because I feel like Keyleth would be uncomfortable with them. Kind of in the same way that Ashley doesn't use all of the spells available to her in her cleric spell list because they're not appropriate for her and for Saren Ray. So it kind of the same way with Keyleth, and I feel like as she's getting older, she's starting to reach that more true neutral path of like a classic druid, and I think she wouldn't want to just start bringing people back. Like she would take that.
Willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Just because Imogen can create dinosaurs doesn't mean that it should.
Thank you.
World lesson.
Yeah.
Someone speaks out.
However, that like true polymorph or whatever, that like,
Oh, that's gonna get really
oh,
weird.
that shit's happening.
You'll find out.
Yeah, we're not telling
There's
you.
some other ones I'm super excited about.
That's
Don't
very
read
cool.
ahead. Don't read ahead.
Hey, here's one, guys. Carrie Berry Gamer wants to know, what's the significance of Scanlan not hearing Grog's tribute? My heart really needs to know.
Let's let Sam field that one.
Well, I mean, it's not in this circumstance. It is not my call. That is what happened, and that was what was prescribed to me by my game master.
Yes. Yeah. As part of the ritual, certain elements you bring to the ritual have higher difficulties or lower difficulties based on how well they apply to the person who's being resurrected. Unfortunately, for I can't remember the exact roll, but the DC that I had set for Grog's attempt at the ritual, he rolled just under what he needed. So technically, Grog's was a failure for the ritual.
And it had to be a 15.
Yeah. However, Pike and Kaylee both succeeded on theirs. Kaylee actually had a much higher DC because hers was technically an overlap with an existing attempt. So I was like, to do another performance, that would have, it's just really high DC comparably, but I also had built her as an NPC to be like her father, really good at performing, and I rolled really high. So they both succeeded, but Grog did not.
But I will say this as Sam Riegel listening to Travis Willingham's song, legit tears.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It was amazing.
Especially
It was
knowing,
amazing.
especially knowing what that took.
Oh, the pain it must have
Yeah.
you must have been feeling inside, both as Travis and as Grog. Oh, it was all there. Good singing voice and everything.
I was sitting in my room in the dark, candlelight, piece of parchment, and I knew what I had to sing, and thunder cracked, lightning struck overhead, and I was like, no!
That's what that
did it
note
for you.
was about. I heard it.
No,
and I was
we had some Cleveland fans this week who were like, "Tell Travis he healed us."
Oh no.
Healed us.
But man, Scanlan taking that big old dumper on Grog, telling him it didn't, telling him that it didn't have anything. I imagine that's like a 4-year-old trying to comprehend his parents' divorce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you didn't hear anything else? He's like, no. And I'm like,
Yeah. Heartbreaking.
Sucks.
I knew that was gonna hurt.
That
I just
sucks.
sat there and sat on that one. I was like,
That sucks. Let's talk about Terry's little scribe friend.
Doty.
Now, Sam told me before the show that the correct pronunciation is Dotier, like Gautier. Which I thought was great because Scanlan's just somebody that we used to know. I'm not apologizing. Do your worst. I'll take it.
We have that next host ready in the wings over there.
Nope. He's dead. I killed him at 4:30. Amandine is going to host Talk Spark in and out, ladies and gentlemen. So, what was the inspiration for Dotier?
You mean just having an assistant?
It
like
kind
that?
of reminds me of, so in the Dark Tower series, there's I know you don't read, but it's a book series written by a guy named Stephen King.
Sure.
And in the book, there's sort of a robot thing it kind of reminds me of Dotier.
So when I pitched the character to Matthew Mercer, our game master, I said I would love to be traveling. I think this guy is an egomaniac, and he wants to be famous. So he's probably writing a book about his travels, and I would love to travel with a biographer. And he said, "Oh my God, the class that I just suggested for you has a robot helper." And it's supposed to be modeled after an animal, but you can make them any shape or kind.
The stats are based on a beast of a certain challenge rating, but the actual entity can be any form you want within a certain large scale.
Yeah, so I asked him if we could borrow some strength stats and put it into intelligence so he knows how to write and read. And Matt gave a thumbs up to
I
that.
just scaled it a little bit, so he's not quite as strong, but a little more intelligent.
Yeah.
Are there
Wait, is
any?
he smarter than Grog?
Are there any? Oh,
He can write. Oh my God, he can write.
he can write.
I have no
But
problem
can
with
he love?
We'll find out soon enough.
this. He hit like a little bit. so
Here's
it's
a
fine.
really interesting question from Duralpi.
Dr. Alpi?
From Dr. Alpi.
Sure.
Your role playing in terms of relationships always seems to be on point and never appear to be weird either for the partner in real life, the rest of the cast, or the audience. How do you manage to do that? Did you establish rules, or do you trust each other enough to not make it weird? I personally can't imagine doing this in my D&D game without making at least one of my friends uncomfortable.
Feels weird now.
Now I'm weird.
No,
Yeah,
we
this is.
didn't really talk about it. We just.
I will say that of all of us, probably the Leah Marisha storyline was the first to develop in
Oh,
such
yeah.
a way.
Holy crap.
And as such, those two trailblazers helped establish some of the rules for the rest of us to
Yeah,
establish.
Yeah,
They took all the knocks on the head.
Yeah,
for the
they
rest of
really,
it.
really did. They had to deal.
They had to do
Don't leave her hanging, damn
Thank you, twin.
If you really want to talk about hazing, we can talk about hazing.
Right.
No, you asked me originally. You said you were thinking, as far as the story was developing, that Vax could be on a path to begin developing feelings for Keyleth. Am I comfortable with that? And was that something we can introduce to the game? And so we talked about it, and I was like, yeah, if it makes narrative sense and we're all comfortable with it, then totally, let's go ahead and explore that. It's a new thing that we haven't really done in the game before.
I wasn't even married to it too. I was just like, could this work?
Yeah.
It was just like it's an idea that popped in my head.
But like for us, us more than a lot of other game groups I've had, a lot of our narrative stems from relationships. It's about, we as actors, we're fascinated with with human beings, with people, with the human condition. That's what draws us, a lot of us at least, to our careers. So I found that it was just a cool another facet of the role-playing game experience that we could look into. So yeah, we talked about it a bit and made sure that it was just something interesting, comfortable, and never crossed any lines, and made sure that everyone else, as it went on, was comfortable with it. A few moments maybe pushed a little further than what other people were expecting, but like I said, the Trailblazers, we all learned a lot about that process.
You guys had to deal with all of us acting like fucking asshole school children because we didn't know how to react.
Couldn't stop laughing.
And I'm sorry for that.
Now,
it was
look
bad.
at you, Laura, getting naked every chance you
Scrooge McDuck.
We had a brief conversation about it, and then we were like, do you want to do this? So we do it this. I don't want to do that
But
thing.
I mean,
we want to do a
didn't,
different thing.
Talk about,
no, that was it.
No, we didn't talk about like the relationship
No.
before anything. I remember Travis saying at home like, "So Vex is totally into Percy, right?" And I was like, "I don't know, maybe."
Yeah, I just want the story to be good.
Yeah.
As one of the couples in the show, I just want nudity and good story. I don't care who it's from.
And anybody who's in
Oh,
theater is
really?
used to this. Like that's the other
exactly.
thing is it's just theater. Like
Yeah.
it's so much
Before
fun.
we ever had any real relationships on the show, we had Scanlan and Grog hitting the whorehouse every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So we were used to that.
And for most people who played D&D over the past 20, 30 years, that happens in a lot of games too.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's part of the course to a certain extent. But also, if it is something you want to pursue in your game group, do make sure everyone's comfortable with it. And not every group's going to jive well with it.
Especially the person that you're going to have a love interest with.
Yes.
Don't spring it on them mid-game.
We played for
Yeah.
2 years
But we-
before we even tried that.
We did
Yeah.
the same thing. Like as soon as it started burgeoning into like an actual thing that was like, okay, it seems like this is gonna happen. I think we like went out to
Yeah, are
lunch.
you having fun with this? Where
Yeah,
I'm-
you're like, is this cool?
Yeah.
This isn't weird, and we're like, yeah, this is cool, and we like, talked about it then. So yeah, I mean, it's fine.
Communication's key.
Set some ground rules.
Man. Yeah.
Just like any good relationship, guys.
And if it ever gets weird, or you're ever like, then once again, talk about it, mention it. You know,
Travis, does it feel good when I do this? Does it feel good when I do this? How about this?
Blueberry, blueberry, blueberry.
Hey guys,
yeah.
is Percy in an intellectual feud with Tyrion?
Not yet.
Will we be seeing some anything you can do? And then there's a follow-up question. Watch. No question, but a request.
Wait, what?
I know, I lied. Can we please have an anything you can do, I can do better sing-off between Terry and Percy, pretty please?
Wow.
Not today, but eventually.
Okay.
My throat's a little burnt today, and I still have like 7 auditions to record tonight
It's a little
before I go
burnt?
to sleep. It's a little,
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, did you? He was
Yeah.
practicing his flame swallowing.
Nah, it's
Yeah, probably.
Hey, what do you think Scanlan would think of Tyrion?
That's a really good question.
It's from Lady Sunset too.
Of course it was. I think Scanlan would, like the rest of the group, be very skeptical, think he's an asshole, want to kill him. And I think he'd be on board with all that stuff. Like, who is this asshole? Let's see what he's made of, and oh great, he's crying.
Yeah.
Now I guess everyone's gonna
Right.
like him.
After all, Scanlan was part of the good cop, bad cop in Terry.
Yeah.
That's right.
I can see Scanlan running the long con on Tyrion.
Sure.
Of like taking him under his wing. I'm going to show you how to be an adventurer, and just ruining his worldview, just manipulating, gaslighting him for the entire length of the campaign.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to know though, on a personal and incredibly sinister level, what were you thinking, Laura, when he said "little elf girl" the first time? What was going through your mind?
Oh, it was, yeah, just like high pitch frequency buzzing.
Physical harm.
Flames. No, it was like everything that she grew up with, right? It was everything that we hated about being in Singhorn was those upper crust, rich fucks talking down to us.
I was so waiting for you to drop your title. I was so waiting.
I
I knew
know.
you were too angry. I'm like,
I was
I'm
so
not gonna
angry.
help with this, but man, it's fun to
Yeah.
watch. Oh my god.
I hope if Scanlan ever does come back, that there's a little bit of overlap where both guys are with us.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh,
God, I
you
have
know
to pull
there.
a Mercer.
You did this.
There was
Bring your mom on to play.
there was only one person this week who asked, "Have we seen the last of Scanlan Shorthall?" Literally, only one person submitted a question asking that, and it was Adam J. Pearson.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know, Matt. We got to figure this out at some point because he could go down a super dark path and end up dead in a ditch somewhere, or he could learn a lot about himself or he could become a drug kingpin. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. I've not thought about it
They
at all.
don't really want to know anyway. They want to be surprised.
How crazy.
No, they want to know.
What if we like go to Wellmount and then we get a mission and it's like, oh no, you have to take down the leader of the clasp here in Wellmount, and then we go and it's Scanlan. We're like, oh shit,
And he's got a machine gun.
Gatling gun on the back of a truck.
When we just come across a gnome body in a ditch.
Oh, no, someone's going to say, you have
Covered
to
in
take
blue
down
poo.
the purple digit.
Rewrite that story now. Rewrite
Marisha,
the whole final arc. Very nice, thanks.
Thank you for
gotta
reading it.
rewrite the whole campaign book.
Scanlan's a lich.
Scanlan Freshon.
Marisha,
Yes.
we're going back to 17, Denise. The Colorado kiddo
All right.
would like to know, Kiki seems to be finding her feet recently. Are you enjoying playing a more confident Keyleth?
Yeah, it's been nice to not have to be like so fumbly and have to think about like actively putting your foot in your mouth at every turn. That's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's It's been kind of nice having my teammates not think I'm an utter fuck up too. That's been nice. So yeah, thanks, Travis. Thanks, Tarv.
Thanks, Tarv.
Yeah, no, it's been good progressing her further. She's been kind of a slow burn, long haul, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's been good. It's been good.
Taliesin J. Jedi Jameson wants to know.
Really?
I love that name.
Really?
That's a good one.
Wow.
Cassandra has dropped a few hints in the past that she wanted Percy to return to the seat of his house once the conclave was dealt with. Does he want to? What are his intentions for a now safe Whitestone? Now, you don't have to answer these what are his intentions ones all the time, because some
No.
of them can be a little overreaching.
No, he doesn't want to return at all. But that doesn't matter because that's half the point of being titled, and he knows that, is that it's really not about what you want. It's practically your job is for it to not be about what you want.
Right.
And I definitely have plans in my head, depending on how things go, of what he would like. I don't think he's ever going to take power. He was never built for it. He's not good at it. But he will, if it comes up, there are definitely places where he is of the opinion where he could be useful, but we'll see where, like, the world is not set in stone yet. So.
Yeah.
I like that Trinket looks like he's behind him just going.
Yeah.
I'm getting an amazing back massage from Trinket right now. She's like working the shoulder.
He's like so hey.
I'm your buddy.
I feel like you look like one of the goons from Batman Forever, the shitty Joel Schumacher.
I was really hoping you were going to go for the old British Avengers movie with Sean Connery.
Oh yeah.
Really, what I was going.
That
for.
one's available.
Yeah, no, I can definitely
thank you,
see
baby.
him.
I'm my number one.
Where'd you get that shirt?
Chinatown. Like $10 in Chinatown. I'm like, oh my God, it's ridiculous. I love
Yeah,
it.
no, he definitely looks like he
That's where
should be
I bought
saying,
my
"What do you want me to do with
him, boss?" Anything you want, boss. Anything.
Okay, we got to wrap up because the mouth breather gave me a hand signal that means please stop talking. The one guy with the beard wants to know,
Another good one, Travis.
for everyone. This came up early in Talks Machina history, if you remember, years and years and years ago. But since we're getting closer, maybe there's an update. For everyone, how does everyone feel on being 14 episodes away from episode 100? Did you ever think Critical Role would come this far? And Matt, is there anything special that you want to do for episode 100?
put some pants on, please."
That's not
Yeah,
happening.
wear pants on the show for the first time ever.
No. That's where all the air conditioning gets in.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wow.
That way I don't overheat. No, I didn't.
That's how the poison gets out, too.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you can't stand up and walk around anymore too. Like have the cameras.
Well, I
keep
can't,
you
but I knock
sitting
all my
now.
minis over.
Yeah.
That's what he calls his balls.
He beat me to it.
No, no.
Mine was worse. Mine was much
Well
worse.
done.
Sorry.
Well struck, my lord.
No, none of us had any idea. Are you kidding me? Like they just had that CBS News interview up today, and it's like, what is life right now?
That was cool.
Yeah.
So like,
It was awesome.
yeah,
It's one perpetual surprise after the other.
it really is.
Yeah.
Do you know what was really cool to learn about, though, from that CBS News article? Is those closet motherfuckers, Will Wheaton and Felicia Day, who will not tell anyone that they're
cameras?
nerds, for Christ's sake. When will they come out of the shadows?
Soon, I hope. We've paved the way.
So episode 100.
Yes.
Let's see. We should do, let's see, a
Something
one-shot
cool.
where Travis has to do it completely improv the rules.
What?
And I'm thinking of all the ideas people have sent in all together. It basically involves Travis DMing, there being no rules,
Matt gets the
I can do that.
Sam obviously not being there.
While we
And-
roast each other.
Well, oh yeah, the
Yeah, we all have to
roasting.
roast
Yeah,
each
everybody
other
wants to
at the
roast
same
each
time.
other.
actually going to be fun.
While
I guarantee you, in that game,
switching
everyone
characters.
will die
Yes,
by the
yeah,
end.
one
Yes.
body swapping.
Body swapping.
A body swapping, yeah, exactly.
Body swapping.
We're doing it, Matt.
It's
we're
so
doing it.
hackneyed.
Yes! You can make it original.
We have to jump to the
You
holder.
can make it
It's time to jump to the
original.
holder.
We're the shit.
What about like Critical Role babies, like Muppet Babies?
Oh, yeah.
We've kind of already done that with the cow episode.
Jeez, got you.
Someone asked what my favorite episode of Critical Role was, and it's the cow episode.
Cubs,
I'm
that's a
not
good
in.
one.
Thanks,
That's
man.
good.
That's cool.
I'll never.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Make sure to send in questions via Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit. If you're on Twitter, use the hashtag AskToxMachina.
It's always good on a talk show when the last question is by the host to the host and
Yeah.
answered by the host.
Yeah.
How'd you think the show went today, Brian? Pretty good. All right, that's a wrap.
Sam, why can't you be here every week?
Oh my God.
Trust me, the new host is way and he has a bleached
there.
goatee. You there. Also, don't forget to send in your gifts and fan art for our weekly contest. If you're on Alpha, oh, I forgot about Alpha, probably because it hasn't worked for months. If you guys were on trying to watch our show on Alpha the last few weeks, I apologize on behalf of the technology. It's got no face or name. It's somewhere in a warehouse in Georgia, but hopefully it'll work. Or I'm gonna toss to a show that isn't real. So if you're on Alpha, stick around, refresh a few hundred times, and we'll be back in just a minute to take some questions from the Alpha chat in our Talks Machina After Dark segment. If you're not, we'll be back next week with an all-new episode. I would like to thank my guests, the cast of Critical Role. Starting at my right, Sam Siegel,
Oh, okay.
Martricia Roy, Liam Oberon, Tailspin Hefe, Ravish Twirlingham, Lauren Bundy, and Mike Merker. We will see you next week, but until then, don't forget to love each other, and don't worry, it's almost Thursday. Good night, guys.
Tailspin Hefe.
Good evening. Welcome back to the same show on a different network owned by the same company. We're back on Alpha.
Moody.
Project Alpha. Questions from the Alpha chat.
I'm posting a picture right now.
Sam,
Yes.
let me find one for you at once. If Scanlan and Tyrion meet,
Tyrion.
would Matt, I pronounce the names on this show, would Matt have to play one of the characters, or would it look like a fit of schizophrenia? This is from Samuel Dieter.
I don't know, Matt. How do you do that? Have you ever had a situation like this before in any of your games?
Just compare it to all the other D&D shows before this one.
Yeah.
Matt talks to
Well, no, I talk to myself all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see you pulling it off, but that'd be a discussion we'd have to have if that situation ever arose, where what you'd be comfortable with.
Well, is it like before what we were talking about where Tyrion and Scanlan would have to talk about like what's comfortable with them sexually before they like get into it?
You don't want to make you or you uncomfortable.
Yeah. Tyrion's cool with that,
Oh,
but
no.
Scanlan is not.
Just be like a full-on description, like really graphic description of what you're doing to yourself.
He strokes the shaft.
Alrighty then.
Of the flute.
Weirds
Of
out
the
my
flute.
theories
Of the flute.
of that.
Again, this show is on the internet, but it's not on that internet.
I'd be down. I'd be down for schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Or I bet he could do a mean either impression.
I don't know.
I
cross
enjoyed
that bridge
I
when we get
enjoyed
to it.
trying to catch your cadence for the episode that you let me run. I was having a lot of fun trying to fake Scanlan. I mean, like, there's only so much I can do, but
No, you did great.
I tried. Oh God.
Hey, GW Morris 68 wants to know, how did the cast feel when Tyron revealed he didn't know anyone's name?
It was appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense for us.
I love everyone going,
Oh
yeah.
shit, we never said our name.
It just seems like something we do.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah, it
kind of
is.
fine.
You learned my name.
Yeah, of course he did.
I love it.
Sam, how did it feel changing to a smaller mug, and where is the giant bucket now? This is from Bear One.
As you ask that question, the mug is literally behind your head right now on the shelf. It's literally right there. You can see it. It's literally behind you.
That's the same one?
Yeah, that's the one. That is the mug. In sharing television space with
Was
you.
that new mug? Is that the one I gave you? Or did you get a different one?
No, you gave me a set of. Wait,
no,
did you?
No,
give me-
I gave you the little golden. I gave you a little.
Then that's the one you gave me. I only own one of those.
Yeah, that's the one I gave you.
Yeah.
So you gave Tyrion his mug.
Yeah.
Apparently.
This is your fault. Nice job.
A long time
It seemed
ago, I set it
appropriate.
up.
It seemed appropriate.
Rose gold.
Yeah.
Where'd you
I mean,
get it?
I don't remember.
Bed Bath &
If you don't
Beyond,
remember, it was
20%
probably
off.
Something like that.
Ren Fair probably is one of the
Maybe.
free
Maybe
ones
it
they
was
give you.
there.
That's
when
what
you
we
walk
don't
in.
remember.
Oh God.
Oh God.
No, the big mug was there to give a sense of size to make me seem smaller, and now I don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
And so So I don't need the big mug.
Now you can get coffee in your bleach goatee out of a regular size mug like the rest of us.
Which was the BG that I gave as a reference, Max? Matt, for the.
You just called him.
Yeah, I did. It's my son's name.
He also.
I told him he's like a dad.
I don't honestly know any distinguishing characteristics between any of the Bee Gees. They're just a bunch of guys with beards and feathered hair.
That was the whole
So-
point, they're all the
I
same.
gave one of the BGs.
Yeah, one of the Bee
as a
Gees.
visual reference.
It was
One with the
perfect.
duck
It was
I
so
don't
perfect.
remember.
The one with the beard. And
The guy with the
like
beard
white
and the
bread
feathered
and
hair.
The guy with the super high voice.
Yeah,
He's the
that's the
singer.
one.
Yeah.
The main singer, right?
Yeah, there you go.
I, Bruce Leal. What, Denise? Barry
Barry
Gibb?
Gibb?
Sure.
Sure, maybe.
Yeah.
Buried Jim.
Have names?
Denise, are you big on fucking Bee Gees trivia? What the hell? Denise is a closet Bee Gees fan.
Do not free Denise.
That throws everything.
Can't free Denise. She'll drive around town blasting fucking Bee
It
Gees.
takes all our effort weekly to keep her from escaping. Do not free
Freeway is
Denise.
already awful enough without having to listen
Shot minutes if she goes near Van Nuys, where you guys are near. Hey, I, Bruce Leal, wants to know for everyone, does Tiri get Scanlan's room in Grayskull Keep now?
No.
Sounds mixed.
That's held. That's reserved.
Yeah, the guest. There's a guest room. There's a
room.
couple guest rooms for statesmen that come to visit, so he can have one of them.
Statesman.
There's also the cells down in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like moving in your
Also-
mom's new boyfriend, and as soon as you go
Yeah.
to college, into your old room. That's not
No,
cool.
not okay.
You gotta wait at least 6 months.
Yeah. There's a question here. We didn't get a chance to talk about this on the Twix show, but Dunzor says, for Laura, how hard was it trying to do the right thing and give Grog his deck back with him being so blindly trusting you already had?
I know, right? No, it felt wrong.
She said with no soul.
Do it. At the time, it felt right. It felt like something that Grog didn't need to have. But then after everything that happened with Scanlan and realizing how shitty it feels when your trust is betrayed, she didn't want to do that to Grog. And you had just fucking guilted me and said how Vex is one of the only people that he trusts.
I did.
So to betray that felt really, really wrong. So that's why.
You stemmed games and games worth of guilt trips that I had planned.
Really?
The tides of
It just
guilt.
felt wrong to keep him after all of that. So.
I
You
feel a
made a
little
choice.
cheated now.
Yeah.
I know. I
feel a
figured
little
it
cheated.
was gonna be.
I made you suffer for it as long as I could in that transaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
It was really shitty that you didn't know that I took them, and then you didn't get that I was giving them back.
Yeah, that just made you
I
worse
was
of a person.
I was gonna
Brilliant.
I was gonna
Beautiful.
I was gonna
Yeah.
build a bunch of fake cards for you to give him
Oh,
that would have actually they were like basically flash paper, so if he could pull them they would just light on fire.
Oh damn
I thought
it!
would be
Well,
cool.
we should have talked about
Yeah,
that.
I didn't want to. It was
the day the,
The M
studio
word.
burned down.
Now, I don't know if it looks like this to the folks at home,
But the lighting.
but it kind of looks like the crew during the break brought all their cars in and turned their headlights on and pointed them at us. And that's how the,
That's pretty great.
Matt, question for you that disappeared because I just got sent a bunch more and it's moving without me touching it. The power of technology is amazing. It was something having to do with what's the difference between an exalted and an awakened vestige?
Yes, that I go in further detail on
No, it's a good question.
in the campaign guide, but and I defined it as we got the vestiges. It's one of those things where as you guys began to find them, I was like, I like the idea of them growing with the characters and Some of them you find already exalted. Some you don't. So there's the
Some
bit.
of them will never exalt.
Some of them you
ever.
got them when they were already exalted.
No, mine wasn't exalted.
Yours was.
Mine's exalted.
Yep.
Fenris.
Yeah.
Some of them say exalted on them.
But mine
though.
doesn't say that.
Because when I gave you the original sheet, I hadn't defined all those things yet.
She's been being so good trying to get that shit exalted.
Seriously, I'm
Probably like talking to it at night and trying to like rub it weird ways. And
Fucking hell! I got all this fucking shit that I've been working on.
You know,
shooting by the
Oh,
back.
you mean having character development?
Oh, dang, son.
Motherfucker.
I mean, there's been some
Exalts.
conversations
If
about
you're-
how to get it exalted.
if your lawful good is the only way.
Yeah. Oh, too bad.
Hey, guys. Go ahead, Matt.
Sorry.
No, I was just
sorry.
saying, like,
Continue.
There's 3 tiers of it. There's the dormant, which is essentially like levels. Kind of, if you were to give it a campaign early up to level 7 or so. Then there's the awoken, which is from like level 8 to around 14ish or so. 15 is the recommended level range, and then exalted is the third one, and that kind of goes into the more the legendary epic.
What's
campaign
Cable's
setting.
ruin?
It was exalted, right?
It just recently got
Yeah,
exalted.
just in the last big dragon fight.
Mine's really exalted. It's already exalted.
Projectile.
Alpha
will ruin Cable.
Hey.
I'm looking forward to talking to Kit about the design of that. I got thoughts
Great
on that.
weapon.
And your dope cloak.
Yeah.
Question for Liam.
Got one shoulder in my head.
Since your beard is shaved, this is Rowena Black. Since your beard is shaved, can you divulge what the project was?
I cannot.
Thank you. Moving on.
Welcome to the business.
Good question.
Marisha and Laura. Hikiro wants to know, Boulder Parchment Shears shirt coming soon? That tweet was great. The tweet from the Critical Role account was
Yeah, that is a good one.
Boulder
That's a good
paper
one.
shears.
Boulder paper.
Boulder paper.
Parchment
I
is
think Boulder
more
Parchment
poetic.
shears.
Also,
Yeah.
paper just flows better.
But we also, if we do symbols instead of words, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
So we do a boulder,
Boulder,
a
it's the
parchment,
parchment.
and a
Then
pair of
wouldn't we
shears.
just be?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, okay.
But
But it would be a
know.
boulder,
But we would know it's
and then a
different.
nice
Do a
piece of
boulder.
parchment, and then a pair
Yeah.
of like giant shears.
Shears.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
How do you
We'll figure it out.
graphically
I feel like
represent
that's a
a
good-
boulder versus a rock?
I don't know.
Hey, what's
Just put like a little man standing
Yeah,
next
under
to
like
it.
under it.
Boulder
He's getting run over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boulder will take you down.
What do we do about the intro?
Oh, with
Oh,
this,
him?
with this jerk.
I've
We shot the intro, specifically not naming any of the characters, just the actors, so that if any of them died or characters were replaced, it would still be about the actors, and the characters are just kind of a vox machina, setting for that.
Can we still blur him out though? Like,
We've tried.
Yeah, just like a big X that comes up on the screen.
We have
like the
some
Family
ideas.
Feud
cuts
X.
through.
Yeah, it'd be so good.
Oh my god.
That would be pretty good. I will gladly reshoot.
Just that
I just
one
want to be
line.
a handsome Andy Gibb or whatever his name is, Barry Gibb.
Oh my god.
We could.
It would
we
be
could
pretty
talk
great.
to Brian about getting some really obnoxious armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it.
Oh,
Dye your hair blonde.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
It
your,
would just
and your
be-
beard.
Again.
Honestly, it would just we would just need Ashley. Like you and Ashley would what would have to be reshot.
We would have to like re-edit the whole thing though.
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
the
it would be a
timing
huge
would
fucking
be
problem.
Off, yeah.
No.
What if,
Yeah.
Let's
what
do
if
it.
Pike?
Let's do it. Let's
What
do
if
it.
Pike was hit with love at first sight at Tyrion? Oh.
Oh my god,
no.
what if
Don't
Pike's
even
in
go
love with
there.
Tyrion?
Oh shit.
No. No. Oh wow.
oh, here's one interesting one, Matt. Any advice for someone trying to homebrew naval combat rules and ship stats for his own Dragon Age campaign? I apologize in advance for giving Matt ideas for Thursday.
Probably know a lot of things about naval combat that I don't, so look those up.
Will Friedle knows everything about naval combat.
Get Will Friedle to help you with your homebrew rules and ask him when he's a guest on Talks Machina in the future. Well, no, actually, I'd look. Actually, search online. There's a lot of great communities that have done naval combat in different game systems, and people that I'm sure have already homebrewed their interpretation of naval combat rules for 5th edition. So you can take out there, find what you like and what works, and extract that from it, and then tailor around that. Something, fill in the gaps of things that you don't think work as well, and then use that for your home game.
What's the website that you go to find this stuff? It's the Dungeon Master.
There's DM's Guild, which is a really great community, a place where the community can upload their own projects and set prices, or you can help support artists who put up their own unique homebrew stuff. But also, there's a lot of great forums on like EN World. Even like the D&D Wiki has a bunch of homebrew options there as well you can look up. So yeah, just, I mean, honestly, Google's your friend. I hate to be that guy, but have better answers than I do.
Even when you're that guy, you're still great, Matt. Echo 57 was question for Vox Machina. Was it intentional that no one made an insight check during Terry's sob session?
No, we're just
We were just distracted.
Just enjoying it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
thought about it afterwards and
Fill
went,
up that tear
that's why I
catcher."
did that's why I did the insight check later on him with the saying all of his party was dead, because I thought about it immediately afterward and went, oh, why didn't we fucking insight check him? But no,
It was too good.
try to
My
be on
acting was
it.
too captivating.
It really was.
Just to,
So.
enchanting and then
Uh, we have to do one more question and then we have to leave so
Yeah.
that
Hot exfil.
Denise can get off to her meeting.
I will say this, Brian.
Yeah.
Spoiler, I was not ready to tell you guys any of that stuff.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Would you say that your comfortability with the current host is what opened you up to be able to share that kind of stuff? Because if you don't, I'll say it.
I support that statement wholeheartedly, specifically because current host implies that there will be another host.
There will. They gave me that contract that they gave Conan O'Brien in the 90s where there was it was week by week where they were like, we'll see how you do this week, buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So every single Tuesday morning when I get in, I go to this conference table and it's really, really long,
Sure.
right? At the end of this conference table, picture, if you will, almost total blackness.
Okay.
And at the end of it, picture a very beautiful, highly intelligent, currently quite successful technical director named Denise sitting at the end of the table petting a very dark and scary looking cat
I'm
with
picturing
green eyes.
mid 80s Vanna White for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I see late 90s, but mid 80s. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you again for watching Vox Machina during dark. See you next week. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us.